that jazz player, when Corey sees me in the morning, I frequently have my eyes closed. First of all, I want to thank you all for having me here tonight in this wonderful award. And Corey mentioned my daughter's illness, and as many of you know, about 18 months ago, Mary was diagnosed with a rare blood disease called PNH. She had to have a bone marrow transplant, which she had on November 13th of last year. I'm happy to answer the question that everybody always asks me first, which is not how am I doing, but how is my daughter? And my daughter is doing well, and she's substitute teaching in the Catholic schools, and graduated from Holy Cross in December, #1 in her class despite having gone through this, and is looking forward to filling the role that many of you are as teacher and coach. So you've all been an inspiration to her, and we appreciate that. I want to thank Corey for his, I want to thank Corey for his kind words. Corey is one of the very talented people that I get to work with every day, and some of them you see on air: Bob Nagel, Bo Hunt, Alex Wilcox over at WNDU, Angelo at Redeemer Radio. But behind those people stand vastly talented production teams like the ones we have at 46 and Pulse FM. The men and women I have a chance to work with at WNDU, they make our product look and sound so good. They make me look and sound okay. We have talented engineers, sales departments, because I like to get paid. And all of these people, along with our management teams, have a role in me being able to accept this award tonight and deserve my thanks. Don't worry, this isn't going to be a long speech. I have never gone uninterrupted by a Bob Nagel live read for more than 6 minutes, so this will be fairly short. I also want to thank one of my mentors, Jeff Jeffers, who passed away 2 years ago today. He was a good friend who I miss dearly and I think of daily. I also want to share a word about who this award is named for. Most of you in this room do not qualify, but some of you may be too young to know who Woody Miller was. And Woody was a straight shooter, a man who cared about the games and the people who played them and the people who coached them. I remember when I was a kid growing up reading Woody's Weekly Winners in the South Bend Tribune. And Woody would pick the winners of the high school basketball games. You'd have Woody in the South Bend Tribune, and Denny Kraft in the Elkhart Truth, and I had the opportunity to work with both these men. And it is hard to fathom that they're both gone now, but what an impact that they made on me. Woody was known for covering Notre Dame men's basketball for years, but he also covered Notre Dame women's basketball when nobody else would. And he covered Notre Dame baseball, and of course, he covered high school events. And he did them all in the same no-nonsense, straightforward way. Muffet's predecessor at Notre Dame women's basketball was a woman named Mary Stanislaw. She once had a great line about Woody. She said, "Woody looks like one of these guys that they find in Burma and have to tell them the war's over." Woody had the same buzz cut all the time. He was not known for sartorial splendor, but it didn't matter. Woody did not interject opinion in his stories. He let the events and the quotes from the participants tell the story. I can't say that I've always achieved that with my broadcasts, but it is a standard that I shoot for, and a lot of that is based on having worked with people like Woody. I also want to make sure I publicly thank my wife, Diane. When we first met at WNDU, she would take score calls on Friday nights for me. We have not been able to spend too many Friday nights in the fall and winter together, and the sacrifices she has made for my career and our family are probably very similar to the sacrifices that CB mentioned that your spouses make for you as either a coach or an administrator. Not only would I not be able to do what I do without her, I would not want to do what I do without her. So finally, I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you either. The coaches, the players, the ADs, the assistants, the officials, the custodians, the ticket takers, the game day personnel. We don't have games without you. And I have nothing to cover without games. So thank you for all that you do. Not only for me, but more importantly, for our young people and their development. As Mr. Reinbold would quickly tell you, I never took a shot, never threw a block, never had a big hit in a game past Little League, and there would be some who questioned whether I had one in Little League. But not everyone can be in the parade. Somebody has to stand at the side of the road and cheer as the celebrants go by. We all have a role. I thank you for acknowledging mine. Thank you, and God bless you.